A program that was aimed at helping reduce the number of teen pregnancies has been cut short by Trump's administration. This was known as the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program that was started under the Obama administration back in 2010. And it funds organizations working to reduce and prevent teen pregnancy with a focus on reaching populations with the greatest need. Now, the whole point of this program is to just give teens the information and the sex education necessary to prevent them from getting pregnant. But of course, since it's not a fully abstinence-only based program, members of Trump's administration have decided, we don't like it. We're gonna do away with it. Now, they cut the program short. So it was supposed to last about 5 years, but they cut it down to 3 years. HHS, or the Department of Health and Human Services, informed the recipients in their annual grant award letters that programs would end next year rather than in 2020, a cut of about $200 million over 2 years. Under Obama, HHS approved 44 pregnancy prevention programs to coincide with their grants. Only 3 were abstinence education programs, and that's probably what really upset some of the more right-wing members of Trump's administration. For instance, Valerie Huber, a prominent national abstinence education advocate, was recently named chief of staff to the Assistant Secretary for Health, which oversees the office that manages the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program. Valerie absolutely hates comprehensive sex ed. She thinks that abstinence-only sex ed is the only type of sex education that students should get. But she's wrong, and I have numbers for you in just a second, but you guys jump in.
Yeah, so this one's not that much on Trump. He's in charge, so of course, feel free to blame him. But this is more standard Republicans, conservative Republicans like Mike Pence, who want this to happen, and Tom Price, who's the head of this department. And so they think that human nature is optional. And that when people hit puberty, they don't want to have sex. All you have to do is tell them, no, don't have sex, or maybe yell at them or something, be a little stern. And they'll go, oh, all my human drives are gone. That worked magically. Right. Thank you so much.
It's so dumb. And also when you consider the fact that people don't get married until much later in life. Like, it's not the 1950s, we're not getting married at 18. We're getting married in a lot of cases in our 30s. And so what do you expect people to be abstinent until they're 30?
Yeah, so let's make a distinction here. If we're talking about teenagers that are between 13 and 18, you're still wrong if you don't want them to get pregnant. And by the way, this will increase the number of abortions. So, way to be counterproductive. But when you get above the age of 18 and you tell people don't have premarital sex, that's like your opinion, man. I couldn't care less what you think. Oh, but my God, my sky God told me this. Well, that's between you and your sky God, dude. And if you want to be horny the rest of your life, actually, I don't even want that, because then you're gonna get taken out in all the wrong ways. But this is America. Remember that thing called freedom? So butt out of our lives. All these guys who claim they're for small government. No,
this is, when Donald Trump runs for president, you say he's never going to win the evangelicals. He's never going to. This is why the evangelicals come home, because they know within these Republican administrations, you're going to get this kind of thought, because you're going to have the influence of the Mike Pences, you're going to have the influence of the Tom Prices. That's going to happen.
But okay, so they're going to get policy that they like, but your policy is so counterproductive, especially if you're against, abortion, rising healthcare costs. Look, the reason why Obama made birth control more available or easily obtainable was because we spend a lot of money on unwanted pregnancies, right? We spend $11 billion a year on unwanted pregnancies. So Obama didn't, make that part of the Affordable Care Act in an effort to tell everyone, like, hey, let's all fuck around. No, he did it to save money.
I think I remember that speech.
It would have been fun if you delivered it that way.
Yeah.
But people like Rush Limbaugh think that like women are like, knocking down bottles of birth control, and we're like, hey, we just want to be loose and have some fun. No, we're trying to save money. We don't want teenagers to get pregnant. Anyway, look, I have actual data, okay? Who cares about opinions? Let's go to actual facts. So look, if you want to compare 2 states that have completely different policies on sex ed, you can look at New Hampshire. New Hampshire only allows comprehensive sex education, where they say to teenagers, hey, look, it's probably better if you wait, But if you don't, here's how you can protect yourself, okay? Comprehensive sex ed. They have the lowest teen birth rate of any other state in the US, okay? So it's about 10.8 per 1,000 teens, age 15 to 19, okay? Then you go to Mississippi, where they only allow abstinence-only education. And their birth rate is much higher. Teen birth rate, 34.8 per 1,000 teens, age 15 to 19. So, okay, there's a huge disparity there, right? Yeah. Okay, then let's also compare administrations. So Bush comes into office, same, conservative ideology prevails, and the teen pregnancy rate increases significantly. So 40.2 per 1,000 teenagers, okay? Then you go to the Obama administration, where he's like, yeah, I'm defunding these abstinence-only programs because they don't work, and focusing more on comprehensive sex ed. Teen pregnancy rate decreases, 20.3 per 1,000 women. Okay, look, I want us to be smart. I don't care about anyone's religion. I don't care about anyone's opinions. I care about actual numbers and doing something that will decrease the number of abortions. Here's an example of something that will decrease abortions. Comprehensive sex ed. Teens are gonna have sex. I know you guys don't like it, but it's just a fact of life.
Yeah, but I do care about their religion because I want you to understand it. And there's two parts of it. If you vote for a Republican, you will get this. So don't delude yourself and say, oh no, I think there are some moderate Republicans. No, every Republican president that's come in has done abstinence-only education, has increased teen pregnancy, as you see the numbers under Bush. Every one of them do this, and they kill comprehensive sex education.
And that works on both ways. That's what I was saying. It's like if you are a conservative Christian, if you're a focus on the family guy, if you vote for a Republican, even if he's not exactly like you are religiously, you're gonna get this.
That's right. And by the way, if you're evangelical, you will get more abortions in the country. So, okay, if you're like, hey, but I hate birth control so much that I'm willing to have more abortions. Right. Okay, all right, that's your call, but I understand what you're getting with it, okay?
Right. That's your call.
Yeah, and then the other part of it is, look, I think that the moderate Christians have a responsibility here to rein in their extreme Christians, right? Because these extreme Christians believe that you shouldn't do birth control when 99% of the country agrees that we should be on birth control. Like, they do it with their actions. Single women are on birth control in overwhelming numbers, overwhelming. No, forget single women, married women, all adult women are on birth control in overwhelming percentages. So it is only a minority extreme Christians that are dictating the policy for the rest of us. Now, Christians are the majority of the country, so you got a responsibility. Moderate Christians, it's on you. If you like this clip of the Young Turks, you know there's a whole live 2-hour show, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern every day, and you can download it or stream it and watch it without ads if you become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.